Hi, my name is Ronan Kennedy and I'm a career coach and business mentor. How can you coach almost anyone, anything? Here are a couple of tips that I've got for you. The first thing is to understand the difference between coaching and mentoring. I think a lot of people think that coaching and mentoring are synonymous, they're almost the same thing, when really they're not. So when I talk about coaching, what I mean is understanding the process that someone's going through and asking them questions to help them progress through that process. Whereas when we talk about mentoring, the way I think about it anyway, is it's more about giving people tips, advice, suggestions. It's more directive. So if you think of a summary of those, coaching is really more about asking questions and helping the person to find their own way, whereas mentoring is more about giving advice and tips and suggestions. It's more directive. So other people might have their own definitions of that, but that's the way I think about them. So that's the way I'll talk about them for the purpose of this video. So then, if you're coaching somebody, really you don't need to know everything about their area. You don't have to have subject matter expertise. Sometimes it might help if you've got insider knowledge or industry knowledge or subject matter expertise, but you don't always need to know everything. So really what you need to do firstly is find out, what are your objectives? What are you trying to achieve? What's your goal? Once you know what their goal is, and you might have to help them clarify that because they might not know exactly what it is, or they might not know what it's going to give them. So first thing you have to do is get clarity over that. What do you want? Secondly is what's stopping you. So what is the obstacle in your way? Sometimes this obstacle can be a psychological obstacle like fear, like I'm afraid of doing it. And then sometimes it can be more of a mechanical obstacle, like I just don't know what the steps are. In that case, somebody needs knowledge. So if there's fears to be dealt with, then that's something you have to talk about. Why are you afraid of this? What's it going to mean for you? How could you overcome this? What would happen if those fears actually came true? How would you deal with them? And if it's a mechanical issue, like I just don't know the steps, well then they need to find more information. So maybe they need to do research about how this was done before, or maybe they need to find a model. So a model is a person who's done this successfully before. So when you find a model, you can you can re-engineer what they've done you can reverse engineer what they've done by looking at the process they've gone through, and then you can see if you can follow similar steps to get a similar result. But I think when you think about this, it's really important that you identify what has been the skill they have used versus what has been the luck that they have received. Sometimes people think that someone who's been successful purely has used skill, whereas a lot of time I would say most of the time it's a combination of luck and skill. So making sure you can distinguish between those two things. After that, following up with them to make sure that they're on the right path and that they're achieving what they want. So I think there's really a good couple of steps for helping them process through that path, but also supporting them on the way. Remember, you don't need to know everything. You don't need to be an expert on the specific area. It's a coaching method, so it's about asking them questions. I hope that helps. Thanks for watching. If you like videos like this and would like to receive more, please subscribe.